Filipinos can learn how to love and be proud of their culture more, as well as how to have a more collectivist attitude that would help the country progress. So the first one, love for culture, is something really evident, of course, in the way South Korea promotes their cultural products like K-pop and K-drama. And I think since 2016, there's been a lot of progress in promoting our own culture, our own music, artists, shows, movies, and whatnot. And I think we could still do more for our own culture and products. Just like how Korea is just like how Korea is doing now. Second is the more disciplined and collectivist attitude that would really help the country progress more. It would help the country become a better place to live in. When people act with more discipline and with everyone else in mind. So this is very common in East Asian societies like Japan as well. And even though we have the Bayanihan equivalent of that collectivist attitude, I think we could still go a long way when we adopt the kind of more disciplined and more principled way East Asian countries like Korea do things. So as for things that Koreans can learn from Filipinos, primarily it's really the warmth that comes from the Filipino spirit. So just being more happy, being more open and friendly to other people. That's what really makes Filipinos stand out in wherever country they are in. And for us at that time, being surrounded by all sorts of ethnicities and nationalities, the kind of warmth and Filipino spirit we brought with us was infectious, and it was quite distinct, and it made us known among our teachers and friends.
I think Filipinos can learn respecting the line from Koreans. And for Koreans, I think connection, because Filipinos are really great at connecting with strangers, with other people.
One thing Filipinos can learn from Koreans is that many are not afraid to protect what they believe is rightfully theirs, especially with disputed territories. On the other hand, Koreans can learn from Filipinos not to be afraid in speaking in English even though they're not fluent with the language. In the Philippines, you can see many locals who are not afraid to speak to foreigners in English. Truly, the best way to learn a language is by speaking it.
I think one of the many things that Filipinos can learn from Koreans are the systems in place when it comes to cleanliness and organization. Like for example, when you dine in at a restaurant, you're supposed to clean after yourself. And then what Koreans can learn from Filipinos, I think one of the things that they can learn from us is to become more outspoken and vocal, because I think generally speaking, most of the Koreans that I've met were pretty shy, and I think that's something that they can work on.
From what I've observed, Filipinos are generally more carefree while Koreans are more serious. I believe we can learn from each other in terms of these aspects to have great balance when it comes to our social relationships, communications, and more.